Hello everybody, we're going to do a quick tutorial to put together the temp box template, and some of the things that you're going to need is some ribbon to tie off the top once you're done, a rotary blade, art glitter. You can get this from Amazon. There will be a link in the written directions on where to get that from. A ruler, some acetate, and of course your cut out for the template. Okay. For the medium-sized box, I don't use the Cricut machine to cut out the acetate. Which you can get this from Michaels. I know this is loud. Sorry about that. But I use the Cricut mat to do that. I put one down and literally just count off a 4" by 4" square, and you can get 9 of those out of a 12 by 12 sheet if you just cut it on the mat versus on Cricut, because of its requirements for the cutting borders. You actually lose some of that material if you use the Cricut machine, but you can do it either way you want. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off real quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started really quick. First little step we're going to do is just glue in the acetate windows into our template, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to run a really small bead right around the window. And then you're going to grab one of your sheets and just set it down. You want to make sure that your windows are not covering up the tab score line that's on the right hand side. And then you're just going to run your finger around that. If you have excess glue that comes out, you just need to clean it up. But at the same time, this is actually going to dry clear. You can already see that it's drying clear, so that's pretty nice. Let's put the extras away. Okay. While that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and flip the tab up, fold these in. You can really do this in any sequence other than, the windows you can put in after the box is done as well, to limit the fingerprints, but it's a little bit harder, only because you're going to be reaching inside the box to put it in, but it's doable. Alright. Okay, for this I'm going to actually go ahead and fold in 3 sides of the bottom. And I'm going to just slightly bend it. What the goal is here is you're going to try to make sure you center it between this score line and the score line from the tab, and so get it right in the center. You're going to use this score line to line it up to the bottom of this panel. So kind of eyeball it first before you do it. This glue does allow you time to move it if you need to, but don't wait too long. So I'm going to just press this in, and then while I'm holding it, I'm actually going to flip it up a little bit, and you can see whether it's actually lining up correctly. And so if it's not, you have a couple seconds to adjust it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer you get it, the better. Okay. There we go. And I pulled it up, so I'm going to put a little bit more glue just to make sure. Yep, and we got a little bit of extra glue there. It's okay. Again, it's going to dry clearer. But you do want to make sure it's as centered as possible because this is going to be your starting point. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and fold these in. The concept here is you're literally going to roll for each panel and glue. So glue, roll, glue, and roll. Okay. I'm going to add one bead of glue down at the bottom and one bead going down the tab. And for this part, I'm actually going to turn it sideways so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So I always center the corner, and you can see from this side if it's actually lining up with the bottom of the panel. And then from there you're just going to press it in. Keep in mind if there's excess glue again, it's going to be clear. Okay. I'm using the table surface to really press that in. Okay. Line it here, and grab this and line here. Oops. And I'm going to turn it here. Use the table to press it down. Just let that rest for a minute, let it dry up a little bit. If you do buy this, it has a little stainless steel pin that goes inside the little tip. Keeps your glue from drying out. Alright, so these tabs here can go in or they can go out, just depends on what style you want. I like them to flare out because it reminds me of a tent. If keep in mind, don't rotate these back and forth, because eventually each bend is actually weakening the cardstock. Okay. And we're just going to close it up like this and run a ribbon through it. Usually just start in any corner, pull it through, and just weed it through each little opening. You can use ribbon to close it off, you can use balloons. I did want to mention that the little inserts that are cut out of the box that's used here, you can use it as a tag. Fits in really well, and it's a nice way to fully utilize the cardstock without wasting anything. You can also use them for signs on a table, maybe put numbers or something like that if that's something you want to do. I'm going to get this even and pull it straight.